Governor Gavin Newsome and state lawmakers are setting aside $50 million to take on the incoming Trump administration and the president-elect's mass deportation plan.
Oh, California, the land of golden beaches, Hollywood dreams, and financially suicidal decision-making. Today's episode is about how the great state of California, yes, the same one that's literally on fire, drowning in crime, and losing residents faster than a sinking cruise ship, has decided that its number one priority isn't fixing any of that. No, they're taking on their biggest enemy. It's not the wildfires, it's not homelessness, it's not crime, it's not mass business closures, it's not drug addiction. Nope, their biggest enemy is Donald J. Trump. My name is Sirius. This is Unfluenced. California again? Ugh, let's get right into it. Let's take just a moment to appreciate the sheer brilliance here. California is literally falling apart, and their master plan is to spend $50 million in taxpayer money to, resist Trump? Trump, who's just trying to cut government waste and make America great again. Trump, who just forced Mexico and Canada to agree to all his demands with a strongly worded letter. Let's break this down, because I feel like we're watching a state government have a full-scale mental breakdown in real time.
Governor Gavin Newsome and state lawmakers are setting aside $50 million to take on the incoming Trump administration and the president-elect's mass deportation plan. Elizabeth Pran is looking into what this means to really Trump-proof a whole state, if you will.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, get us up to speed. And are other states doing anything similar?
Yeah, well, we anticipate that to be the case, right? So California is the first state to do that. State Democrats want, as you mentioned, it was initially $25 million, now $50 million in taxpayer funds to, quote unquote, Trump-proof California. What does that mean? It means beef up the state's defenses, right? There's going to be an administration change in less than a week, and they want to fend off those mass deportations. They want to fight the possibility of mass detentions, wage theft, and legal funds for the state DOJ to possibly take on the federal government. Why is this so important? Because I mentioned earlier in the hit, they already had approved $25 million that was set up for legal funds for nonprofits, to support centers, for social services, for reproductive health. So we've reached out to the governor's office. We've reached out to Democratic Party leaders to get a better understanding, Marquis, as to where this money would come from.
And Elizabeth, what are Republican lawmakers saying about this, especially as these wildfires continue to rage across Los Angeles?
I mean, they're not in the majority, right? We know that. We're familiar with California state politics, but they're not happy. They're actually incredibly critical. They think that this special session that is scheduled, it was scheduled in December, it's still ongoing right now, should be solely focused on wildfire relief, because they are in, obviously, the middle of it. And after fierce pressure, Governor Newsome did, in fact, add a budget line item for wildfire relief to the tune of $2.5 billion. So that is in addition to the $50 million. So
Wildfires just torched Los Angeles and Hollywood right to the ground. They caused over $275 billion in damages so far. It might be more. But don't worry, because California's top priority is giving $50 million to lawyers so they can wage a legal war against Trump's policies. I mean, they could have spent that money on fire prevention, better infrastructure, water, or even helping their own citizens rebuild. But no, apparently the real crisis is Trump. Now, let's not forget about that homeless crisis. California has entire tent cities popping up in every major urban area. San Francisco and Los Angeles look like scenes from a dystopian movie where society has already collapsed. But again, fighting Trump, that's what's really important. Oh, and shoplifting? I mean, come on, that's basically legal now, right? Stores are shutting down because people can just walk in, grab whatever they want, and stroll out like they're at a buffet. But hey, don't worry. California is really tackling the big issues. And who's leading the charge on this war, the war against Trump? Well, it's Gavin Newsome, of course. The man who somehow still has a job despite running the entire state like a college freshman managing their first credit card? So let's talk about where this money is actually going. It's $50 million. Now, half of it, $25 million, is going straight to the California Attorney General so they can sue the federal government. Basically, taxpayers are paying California's lawyers to fight the U.S. government in court because why not, right? Now, the other $25 million, that's going, holy shit, that's going to immigration groups to provide free legal services to illegal immigrants. Because if there's one thing California is passionate about, it's making sure people who aren't even citizens get better legal representation than actual Californians. Meanwhile, if you're an actual tax-paying citizen, good luck. Your house just burned down. Hey, go figure it out. Your store got looted? Oh, too bad. Crime is ruining your neighborhood? That's not their problem. But don't worry. They're going to throw millions of dollars at illegal immigration because morality or something? Picking fruit? I'm not sure. But here's my favorite part. After passing this bill to actively fight Trump's policies, California is still going to the federal government and begging for hundreds of billions of dollars in aid. Yeah. I can't even make this up. You heard that correctly. Imagine being so entitled that you pick a fight with someone, burn all your money on pointless legal battles, then turn around and ask that same person to pay for the mess that you made. This is like punching your boss in the face and then demanding a raise. Dude, it doesn't work like this. Now let's talk strategy for just a second. California is picking a fight with a guy who just strong-armed Mexico and Canada at the same time into bending the knee. And he did it with a letter. This man rewrote international trade deals by being mildly aggressive in an email. And California thinks they're gonna win this battle? Are they insane? Do they not realize that Trump has infinite energy for these kind of fights? He lives for this. Look at him. He loves this. This is fun for him. California is walking into a buzzsaw. They don't even realize it. So let's do a quick recap. California, they're basically broke. Wildfires have destroyed huge parts of the state. Crime out of control. Businesses are fleeing the state. Homelessness is worse than ever. And with all of that happening, they somehow decided that suing Trump is their top priority. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dumbest government in America. This is why people are leaving California in record numbers. This is why companies are moving to Texas and Florida and literally anywhere. This is why California is basically just a meme at this point. So anyway, what do you think? Drop some comments. Should California even be allowed to have tax dollars anymore? Should we just let them figure it out on their own? Or do you think maybe they're onto something here? Maybe they should fight this fight. Like, share, sub, do the things. Unless, of course, you're a California lawmaker, then you should probably be focusing on literally anything else. All right, I got more coming later. I'll see you soon.